Okay, 7 o'clock, I call the December zoning board meeting. You want to please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act, the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel were notified of this meeting. It was also posted in the municipal building and on the Franklin Township website. Chris, you could take roll when you're ready.
Mr. Gaetano?
Here.
Mr. Leo? Mr. Ketchum?
Here.
Mr. Garofalo? Mr. DeCesare? Mr. Hamel?
Here.
Mr. Felici? Mr. Iglesias?
Here.
Mr. Gravener?
Here, okay, in the absence of, which one do we have?
David.
Mike Garofalo, we'll see Andy Hamel. Okay, minutes of the previous meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting?
Made the motion to approve.
Motion by Anthony Gaetano.
I will second.
Second by Richard Iglesias, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One abstention. Jim Kelly. Okay, first on our agenda tonight is ZB 2408, the name of Chris and Joyce Kelly. Please come forward. Mike, is all the documents in order?
Yes, notice.
Yep. All notices in order? Okay. Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth about the testimony you're about to give. State your name and address, please, for the record.
I'm Chris Kelly, we live at 151 Butch's Lane.
Joyce Kelly, same address.
Thank you. Okay, why don't you explain to the board what you're here for, what your application is all about?
So we're seeking permission to, we want to put an addition on the house. And the way it is designed and the way the position of the house is currently as built, it would encroach on the setback that is laid out for front yards by 5 feet. The proposed addition may encroach by 5 feet.
What's the distance from the proposed addition to the line?
To the lot line?
Yeah.
Right now, it would be at 51, or excuse me, it's at 55.9 right now. So we would be right at the 50-foot line.
Our engineer has, going to be 46 plus or minus, it has.
Okay.
And you need 75 feet.
So we were told, we came in and spoke with Chase, and he said that that property would be under the stipulations from when it was built.
Under what stipulation?
For the setback, apparently for that zone, it used to be 50 feet.
What's that again, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know if that's...
Well, I know what James said.
I'm not sure if that's of a concern or not. I mean, if I can, I'll let them explain some things. Let me give you this little overview.
Okay.
Because Dave, our engineer, is not going to be here tonight, so I'll sort of take over with his letter. And, you know, I discussed at some length, you know, whatever issues we had with this that he wanted to clarify. So this house only has access by Butch's Lane, which is an access by recorded easement. They have a maintenance agreement, so they do not have any frontage on an approved street at all. So they have, one of their variances is that they are constructing an addition to a house that has no frontage on an improved or approved street. The other variance is for the front addition. 46 feet or 75 is required. I'm not sure about what the zoning officer might have told you. Again, I know that that's a major concern here. They're back in the rear of this compound, so to speak, where there's other houses. And the main issue is that the other variance they need is that if you were to grant this, because you find they have a hardship, there has to be adequate access for firefighting equipment, ambulances, and other emergency vehicles. Did you get any kind of letter or feedback from the fire official on this? Did you take a look at it?
I know that a note was sent over to them.
But how would that change with the house there? Is there access to it now?
Well, because they're expanding significantly, the 1,300 square foot, so it's an opportunity to make sure that there is adequate access. What is your What's the width of your access and surface and so forth?
So the driveway as it sits right now is 12 feet wide. It's millings, and then there's shoulders on both sides. And then it's cleared pretty tall. I never measured it, but I mean, it's significantly tall enough for apparatus to drive.
So if you were to grant it, you'd have to grant it on the condition that it does have that adequate access. And they would have to make sure that the fire department takes a look at it to make sure. It sounds like it's sufficient.
Well, to reaffirm what John said, the house, a house is there.
What happens if the kitchen's on fire right now?
Yeah, right.
Under
Well-
the circumstances that,
Well, the application is an opportunity to make sure it's safe for sure in case it has to become unsafe.
What is the road? The road, is this the road?
That's my driveway, sir.
Where's the
Comes off the stand end, right?
well, where's Stan Avenue?
It will not show up on that survey. We are
Pretty far out.
2,000 feet off of the road.
Yeah, you're way back
It's
there.
a significant.
I didn't even find this place, wow.
significant-
Probably not many people do find it. No, that is. But now, your address is gonna be exactly what?
We are 151 Butch's Lane.
And it's
Where
called
is-
Dirty Way, though, huh?
What's Dirty Way? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's engineer speak for a stone or a gravel driveway.
What is that, sir? Borderline offensive, isn't it?
It is dirty in the summertime when it doesn't rain.
With rain,
Well,
yeah.
where is the dirt road going to?
So
The
the access,
actual,
the
the
easement
access
access
from Stan, right? you said?
from Stan, yeah. It belongs to my neighbor, and if you're looking at what is the front of the house, it's an additional 70 or 80 feet beyond that, but it's not my property there, that's why the survey doesn't capture it.
So does Butch's Lane sort of branch out? It doesn't look to the back and it branches to you?
Our driveway branches
Just
off.
branches, okay.
Exactly.
So Butch's Lane has access to more than one place, so it branches once it gets to the back there. And I think that's interesting.
There's a lot of buildings back there,
But
and they're all yours, I assume, on your property.
On that parcel, yes, sir.
you own that parcel.
We do.
And how many other houses are on Butcher's Lane?
I think there's 2 or 3 other addresses back there behind me. The owner is sitting right behind me, so he can answer if you like.
Ah, there you go.
We'll hear from them.
Just had a couple of questions about the addition. When I'm looking at it, I'm a little bit confused. So when you're finished with your renovation and your addition, how many bedrooms will you have and bathrooms?
So there is a floor plan on there as well for your reference.
I did see that.
5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. How many kitchens? So, that was the only concern that Dave and I had about the plan. In other words, we thought there was gonna be a renovation with, gonna renovate the whole house and have a nice big kitchen and, but there's 2 kitchens, 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, so, which raises the issue of whether you're intending to use it as a 2-family dwelling or have more than 1 family there, which isn't permitted in that zone. So
My mom lives with us, so currently she's in the basement. So the kitchen that we currently have is a small kitchen, that would be her kitchen. So she doesn't have to do steps. And then the addition with the kitchen will be what our kitchen is, without a separation.
The dwellings will not be separate.
No.
If the board grants it, you'd have to make it clear that you're not granting the floor plan or the kitchens or a multi-family dwelling. They're gonna have to get their permits, and if for some reason that's not allowed, you're gonna have to come back. You cannot, this board can't, there was no notice for anything like that, first of all.
Like a mother-in-law.
Yeah, we're not, that's not what's before the board. Just putting all this for an addition.
From a legal standpoint, is it a multi-family dwelling? If your mom lives with you, you don't charge her rent and don't.
For the
Now
kitchen?
you have somebody live with you, when you start constructing another kitchen, you got 5 bedrooms and baths, it sounds like it could turn into something more, and either these people or the,
Sure, somebody buys the house next year,
Right.
there's a wall up, there you go.
so, if you were to grant it, you're just granting an addition, but not the floor plan or the,
In addition to a single family.
so that'll be put in the motion.
yes,
That's not gonna be a multi-family.
right. It's just residential
Structure.
use, you're not.
Yep.
Right. So you say that's wide open.
Say again, sir?
That's wide open right now. That's the way you plan it.
Yes, it's open. The dwellings will not be separate. They will share a hallway we were instructed as to what would need to happen to make sure it wasn't considered duplex, and we're willing to do that and stipulate that we're not building a duplex.
How many entrance and exits are there?
One entrance,
One front door, one back.
you still aren't approving that though, tonight if you approve it. You're just approving an addition. Not a
Addition to a single family. That's what we'll
single family use, that's it.
Is that all, our engineer's concerns are, you guys? Basically that,
That's the one thing we discussed there, was to clarify that. The access was the other thing in his letter. The standard thing where it's subject to grading plan with the municipal engineer and so forth, and any other permits. And there's 3 variances. There's the street frontage, there's the front yard setback, and there's the access by emergency vehicle. If you find that there's a hardship.
he doesn't need a variance for that, for the emergency vehicles. That's just something we want to make sure that they can access.
He actually does, so when you don't, there's 2 sections to the statute which Dave lays out. One is that the structure has to have frontage on the street, and then if it doesn't, the board has to determine that there's a hardship and that there's adequate access for emergency vehicles. And that's under zoning board jurisdiction.
Any other comments? If not, we'll open up to the public.
Make a motion to open the public.
Motion by Anthony Gaetano, is there a second?
I'll say.
Second by Richard Tyson, all in favor? Aye, opposed? Abstentions? Would anyone from the public like to be heard regarding this? If you would, come forward, sir, and we'll swear you in. Raise your right hand, please. State your name and address for the record.
Jim Butch, 55,
You swear to tell the truth about the testimony you're going to give? Thanks.
So, I know Chris and Joyce, been there a little over a year. They're the nicest people. They're great neighbors. We're kind of, we almost have like a marriage in the 2 properties, in that the property they have is a 3.99 acre landlocked piece. It was part of my family's original larger tract of land. We cut it off, blocked that off from my brother. He put the original house was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath farm home, but yeah, very nice, $65 a month for the house. It wasn't much. Over time, well, he sold it, and I've got an easement there, and they kind of been married between the 2 properties. We're sharing in the maintenance of the driveway. Chris does, Chris mows the side of the shoulders. He's responsible for blowing the leaves off. I do the grading. Over time, when the original easement was drafted, it was just dirt. And with traffic over time, once my brother sold it, the new neighbor came in, and he kind of went to town there. He wound up putting basically a second dwelling in the basement. It was there was a husband and wife and 3 kids living in the basement. Upstairs, the husband, wife, and mother, sometimes brother-in-law was there. But then they built other accessory structures for people to live in. They kind of went to town there. And we're kind of, we try to get along there. It's essential that we all get along. Just because of where we are, getting a major forest fire, you get snowstorms, and we have a health problem. I've got the backhoes, I've got the plows, Chris now has some equipment and whatnot. Our properties are married, but we are of necessity, got to get along.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How long have you been there for almost all your life?
Since Stanton Avenue was a dirt road.
And that road's been the same, basically. Now, has there ever been a fire truck go back there for any reason?
Yeah, they do, and I keep it clear, my responsibility.
Wait a
is to
minute,
keep it
wait a
clear.
minute, don't get ahead of yourself.
Sorry.
There've been fire trucks back there,
Not to his house, they don't have to mine.
to yours, about to yours,
Yes,
because you're further back.
yes.
Okay.
We do control burns back there on a regular basis, so, and I keep it clear, forest fires or something, and any kind of a fire is something I'm very concerned about. I've got the fire chief, the Malaga Fire Chief's, phone number in my cell phone. So if you get fire back there, it's the first number you call is 911, second number you call is my cell number.
Okay.
I'll come back here, we'll take care of the houses, the fire company, or the fire service will take care of the work. We're well taken care of that way.
We're just concerned, not that there's a fire, but that a fire truck
They
can
can
get
get there,
there.
they can get there.
That's all we're concerned.
Yeah, and I've got backhoes, other equipment, I would.
Not concerned with that, I'm not concerned.
And Dana's never concerned about the turnaround. He says, don't worry about it, we'll turn the trucks around. We've just got to be able to be wide enough and high enough to get them back there. That's what,
Okay, you're good.
Yes, that way, yeah.
We're fine.
The issue, the concern that Chris and I are kind of, have grappled over is getting the front portion of the driveway that goes to his house paved, because the amount of the volume of traffic that goes into that part of my driveway is mind-boggling. It's turned all the millings into, I have pictures if you'd like to see it, but it's basically talcum powder in a lot of that driveway. Just from the volume of traffic that goes to that lot. The rest, I have two other, my residents and what used to be my dad's residents are back there, served by the same road, which is fine, and no problem at all, because it doesn't get this enormous amount of traffic that goes into that front lot. Part of that resulted from the prior owner, it was a duplex. There was a full, wife, husband, and 3 kids in the basement, and a wife and a husband and 2 other residents up top. It was, it was a duplex. There were 2 families.
Sir, you're not opposed to this being done?
I'm not opposed,
Okay, then I think.
but you want something paved?
Yes. That's, you're
Well,
right.
that's something you have to work out with
And that's, I'm
with him.
hoping that
I mean,
Chris, I.
because it's really a private road.
I'm sorry?
It's a private road, this.
Yeah, yeah, and with an agreement for maintenance and whatnot, we're just trying to grab, I think Chris is struggling with, I don't know if I call it getting this thing paid. Now, it was about to be paid when he bought it. The couple got sideways with each other, they got divorced, and before we got a chance to pay,
How many feet of pavement would you be talking
about
about?
800 feet. It's first got an estimate, his estimate was 18,000, I got almost
Is that from Butch's Lane and going to his house? Is that the
to
section?
his house? The only issue is to that property.
Do you have any other issues that you would for or against?
I listen, I'm happy for, I've met his mom, she's nice, they're wonderful people, we want to get along, just trying to work out the details of this.
Like I said, I think you have to work that out with
And that's probably between Chris and I want him to know, and I want the family to know, that I'm supporting him here. I'm trying to get along, we're just kind of grappling with, swallowing the house. Half of $18,000 is $9,000, and, it's like, that doesn't sound like much until you have to write that check. And I think that's, but I even swallow a little bit, because the $9,000 I gotta put out, doesn't have anything to do with me, it has everything to do with that property. I'm putting $9,000, and he don't want to put it out, because it's just like he's got other priorities. That's the issue, but we get fire trucks in there, we'll maintain it. If we don't have this maintenance agreement, and get fire, who knows, trees fall, this, that, and the other, it becomes the wild, wild west. But
Well, wait a minute, this is still your driveway.
I'm sorry?
It's still your driveway and you're
Yeah.
gonna maintain it.
Yeah, well,
The part that goes to you, you're gonna maintain it, you have to.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, just so the board knows, there's an extraordinarily detailed recorded maintenance agreement. Like, I've never seen one that detailed, it was drawn some
Yeah.
years ago. and recorded. So there's a whole lot of exactly who blows the leaves, who mows this, who does whatever. So they have something to work with. They're going to have to figure that out.
We're grappling, trying to.
I'm
work
sure you
it out.
are.
You guys will figure it out.
You have the spring.
I don't think so. Even as much as I endorse him, he's really grappling with this, getting this thing paid. I don't know. Hopefully we can work it out. I came here to endorse him and his project, even though, it's basically, you got 2 kitchens, you got 3 bathrooms, you got 5 bedrooms, you got to do this. Our agreement has provided for no tenants.
Well, he's not here for an application for a duplex.
Yeah.
We're not, that's not something we were talking about, because it's not something he applied for and that the public was aware of. So,
Well, but,
it's a single-family dwelling.
Well, we might have been on it tonight, we weren't on it last night. You got 2 kitchens, 3 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and you guys are playing. And I can tell you, having lived there all these years, the reason the road's in the shape that it's in, the traffic. Because there's just a lot of traffic that goes for that.
Well, they testified that they're not going to utilize it as
And they can't,
just for,
they even won't allow it.
If the board grants this, it's going to be with a condition that it's a single-family dwelling only. If they want to do something else, they have to come back for a variance. And if that does happen, then you just go to the zoning officer for enforcement.
Well, the zoning officer said they can't enforce the terms of the deed.
No, I'm talking about the use of their house.
as a duplex.
Single-family dwelling.
That they can enforce.
Okay.
Okay, we're
All right, so I endorse it. Whatever, long story short, I endorse it.
Thanks for the history.
You're welcome.
That was interesting. Thank you.
Anyone else like to be heard?
I'll make a motion closing the public portion.
Second.
Congratulations, second by Anthony Gaetano, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anybody abstain? Okay, Mike, any more comments?
No, I think Dave's letter, I mentioned the highlights of that, unless you have any questions on it.
I think we're kind of stuck with what's here.
Okay.
On an unimproved road, that's not gonna change, so, and there's already, houses there. So gentlemen, you heard the testimony between the 2 people? What do you think? What are your thoughts? What's the motion?
Before we go to motion, and if anybody can answer this, how many total houses are down Butch's Lane? There's his, yours, and you said used to be your father's, so there's,
My dad, which is a rental.
Right.
There's 3 on.
okay, 3 dwellings down that road. Okay.
There's another one that used to be accessed through there. I cut a road back almost half a mile,
That was my only question. Thank you.
to Jesse Lane, but I did it because the road can't sustain a level of traffic, which is exactly the issue that I'm trying, the level is going, that's a problem. But at any rate, there's
Thank you for
now
your
only
answer.
3, there used to be 4.
Thank you.
3 houses, okay.
I'm gonna make the motion approving this addition with the setback, knowing it's on an unimproved road, just a driveway. On the understanding this is only a single-family home, nothing beyond that. I think I had to do, what else I had to do here, Mike?
That's it. You had the front
There was
setback.
the front end variance, the front yard setback, the access for emergency vehicles, and those were the things we got.
Well, I think we got that on the testimony, we have to make sure that we could fit vehicles in and out, and that's been testified. So that's my motion.
All right, motion by Richard Iglesias, is there a second motion on that motion?
I second.
Second by Jim Ketchum.
Mr. Hamel?
Yes.
Mr. Gaetano?
Yes.
Mr. Ketchum?
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias?
Yes.
Chairman Gravener?
Yes, good luck working that out, getting that page. I don't think you'd have any problems, sounds to me.
I hope you're right. You'll be all right.
Okay. Resolutions, Mike.
Yes, we had 2, we had the Visconti Brothers properties, which was the modification of a previously approved site plan, which was granted. Would you do separately, probably should do separately.
Yeah, because we have to vote differently on this, right? 'Cause-
Yeah. So you need a motion.
So let's do a motion for ZB 2415 resolution, Visconti Brothers, motion to approve that. Motion by, you weren't here.
I was here.
Motion by Anthony Gaetano,
Yeah, what were we talking about this?
the resolution from Visconti, we're approving it.
I thought we approved the first thing we did for last week.
The resolution.
Oh, oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, motion by Gaetano, second by Rich Iglesias. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now, what do you want to do?
Well, the second one will do that way for sure.
Okay.
The second one is the ARCR Properties LLC, which was denied.
Is there any more further on that, or no?
Yes, probably something that you wanted to discuss, we'd probably discuss in closed session. They would end up having to come back, before they could actually proceed with an appeal, for instance, they would have to come back and ask for the 10 feet again, because we never made a decision on the 10-foot. We made a decision on the easement. So at this point, they do still have the option of the 10 feet, so they would most likely come back, ask for the 10 feet. If they were both denied, then they would have to decide what they would have.
All right, a motion to approve ARCR Properties LLC.
Make that motion to approve.
Yeah, because
Now, guide us on this vote, because it depends how you voted that night.
Mr. Gaetano's the only one that can voice the vote, because he's the only one that's here from that night that voted in favor of the motion.
There was a motion to deny.
There's a motion to
Correct.
deny.
Right. So we can't vote?
No.
Okay.
So even the next, we played it all fast and loose with that, but
Okay.
technically, the people who voted in favor of the result of the application
Denial.
are the ones who can vote on the resolution. So you're saying Anthony's the only one who was here.
Well, who can second?
Andy, he abstained, and then that was really it.
Who can second?
Well, I think somebody can
Well,
second the
the
motion.
abstention goes in favor of the motion, so even though he abstained, he would count towards
That's what I
that,
was
correct?
thinking,
So
that's, I think, how we determine.
Hamel can then have a voice.
All right, so Gaetano voted, you're voting to approve the resolution,
So Andy can second.
and Andy's going to
I'll
second.
second that.
Two of them, okay.
And the rest of us are just
Sit there and look good.
not voting. So you can do roll call, I guess, Chris.
Mr. Gaetano?
Yes.
Mr. Hamel?
Yes. This has gotten very complicated.
Well, Chrissy went and took those darn courses, now she's
Sorry.
making us do all
On
these things.
point. On
Good.
point.
All right, Chrissy, now you
Very
can give us,
helpful.
you can give us the secretary report if there is one.
There is not.
There is. Okay, so how do we vote on that then?
Make approval.
No,
of
I'm
the
kidding, I'm just kidding.
All in favor?
Any correspondence from Mike?
No, there's not.
Chrissy, any kind of correspondence?
No, there is not.
Okay, motion to adjourn.
Make the motion to
Adjourned
adjourn.
by Anthony Gaetano, seconded by Jim Ketchum.
There you go.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention. Meeting adjourned.